In the little town of Tickford, every building had a clock on its walls, and the air was filled with the gentle tick-tock of time. At the very center of town lived Master Ellery, the clockmaker. He could fix any watch, tower clock, or music box with just a twist of his tools. But hidden in the back of his workshop stood something far more unusual than any clock. It was a dragon! Not a dragon of fire and scales, but a dragon built from gears, springs, and golden plates of brass. Master Ellery had built him long ago, and though the dragon's chest ticked with the rhythm of a clock, he had never spoken a word. Every evening, Ellery would polish his brass wings and wind up the little key that kept the dragon alive. And though he didn't breathe fire, tiny sparks sometimes flew from his nostrils, making Ellery smile. Someday, the old man would whisper, "You'll find your own heart." Chapter 1. A lonely tick-tock. The dragon, named Cogs, loved to watch the children of Tickford play outside the workshop. They ran, laughed, and shouted, their joy echoing across the cobblestone streets. But when they caught sight of Cogs peeking out the window, the children often ran away. "He's scary," one whispered. "He's not real," said another. Cogs lowered his brass head. Gears worried sadly. He longed for someone to play with him. But how could a dragon made of metal ever make friends? Chapter 2. The Broken Tower Clock. One stormy afternoon, disaster struck. The great town clock tower, the one that kept Tickford's bells ringing, suddenly stopped. The hands froze, the chimes fell silent, and the townsfolk panicked. "No clock has ever stopped in Tick," cried the mayor. Without the clock, the farmers didn't know when to rise, the bakers didn't know when to bake, and the children didn't know when school was finished. The whole town felt lost. Master Ellery tried his best, but the tower's gears were too big and heavy for him alone. "I need help," he sighed. That night, Cogs heard Ellery coughing weakly in bed. His ticking heart sped up. Maybe he could help fix the tower. But what if the townsfolk chased him away? Still, Cogs whispered to himself, even a clockwork dragon can try. Chapter 3. The First Friend. Cogs crept through the streets under the moonlight, his gears clicking softly. When he reached the tower, he spread his golden wings and climbed to the very top. But just as he began to lift one of the heavy broken cogs, he heard a small gasp. It was a little girl named Anya, carrying a lantern. You're the dragon from the workshop," she exclaimed, eyes wide. Cogs froze. Don't be afraid," he stammered, his voice rusty from years of silence. Anya tilted her head. "Why would I be afraid? You're beautiful." No one had ever called him that before. Anya smiled and placed her tiny hands on the gears. "Let me help you." Together, girl and dragon worked side by side. Anya held the lantern while Cogs lifted the heavy gears with his brass claws. Sparks glowed from his nostrils as he worked, lighting up the tower like stars. Chapter 4. The Heart of Time by Dawn. The clock tower was nearly fixed, but one final piece was missing, a crystal heart gear that powered the entire mechanism. "I don't see it anywhere," Anya said, her face worried. Cogs looked down at his own chest, where a soft, ticking crystal pulsed behind a glass plate. He realized the truth. The heart of the tower was inside him all along. "If I give this up, will I stop ticking?" he wondered aloud. Anya touched his brass paw. "Sometimes, to help others, you have to share a piece of your heart. That's what friendship is." With courage, Cogs removed his crystal heart and placed it carefully into the tower's gearworks. The moment it clicked into place, the bells rang out across Tickford. "Dong, dong, dong!" The townsfolk cheered, rushing into the square. But Cogs slumped to the ground, his ticking slowing. Chapter 5. "A new heart, please. Don't stop," Anya cried, hugging the dragon. Tears sparkled in her eyes and dripped onto his brass chest. And then something magical happened. Where her tears touched, the brass glowed warm, and a new heartbeat began inside Cogs. Not the ticking of gears, but a steady, real thump.
The townsfolk gathered in awe.
"He gave his heart to save us," the mayor whispered. "He's not a machine. He's our friend," said another. When Cog slowly opened his glowing eyes again, he felt lighter than ever. His wings fluttered, his heart thumped, and for the first time, he smiled. Ending. The friend of Tickford from that day on. Cogs was no longer just the Clockmaker's dragon. He was the friend of the town, soaring over rooftops, playing with children, and chiming the bells with joy.
Master Ellery, proud and teary-eyed, said,
You see, Cogs, you were never just gears and springs. You always had a heart your friends just helped you find it. And every night when the bells of Tickford rang, the people would look up to see
Cogs flying across the starlit sky sparks.
trailing like shooting stars, a living reminder that even the coldest metal can glow warm with friendship.
Fox Tales, where every story brings magic, learning, and adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun stories.